All right, top 10 Bills wide receivers. Let's get into it. Number 10. Now, don't judge a book by its cover. This guy was Cole Beasley before Cole Beasley. Mr. Bob Chandler. This guy was tough. He was a chain mover. Number 9. This guy was a legend at Tennessee, won a national championship. Peerless Price. He really had one big year. Other than that, he was pretty much a disappointment. And that 1 year, 2002, was a contract year. Went and signed with the Falcons, didn't really live up to the contract. I do feel like he underachieved in his career, but he did enough to get 9 on the list. That was a home run hitter. He'd go get the home run ball. Number 8. Now this guy's interesting. Went to Grambling State. Frank Lewis. Played for the Steelers for about 7 or 8 years. Won 2 rings with them, and he was behind Stallworth and Lynn Swann. Came to Buffalo to be the number 1 guy. It was the late 70s, early 80s. He put up pretty good numbers. 1981, he balled out. Speaking of reliable, number 7, someone who I think was smooth like butter. He was just cool with it. Stevie Johnson was very cool, calm, and collected, and went out there. Not the fastest, was not the strongest, not the smartest, but he was the smoothest. And interestingly enough, he was the first Buffalo Bill to ever have 3 straight 1,000-yard seasons. Number 6, and this guy was faster than Peerless Price, I think, and that's Lee Evans. He didn't put up gaudy numbers. He had a couple decent years, but he was consistent, and he could really take the top off. Only thing for Evans is he played with guys like J.P. Lossman. So we've got Peerless Price, we got Lee Evans, and we got someone even faster, and that's Pro Football Hall of Famer James Lofton. Lofton had what I think is an underappreciated Hall of Fame career with Green Bay. Went to Oakland, didn't do much, came to Buffalo. But you see that sometimes. You see teams on the rise, on the cusp, go get a veteran Hall of Fame wideout. Paul Warfield comes to mind. Sheer numbers don't really add up for him. His impact and the playoff production trumps everything else, I think. He was the missing piece that put them over the top, or almost over the top. See, number 4, and this guy is fascinating. Albert Dubenion. And don't feel bad if you hadn't heard of him. I really hadn't. I mean, I've been doing football research my whole life, so I had heard of him, but I didn't know his story. As a player, I see him as a Marquise Goodwin with hands. He's one of the greatest deep threats to ever play the game. But look at this. 42 catches, 1,100 yards, 10 touchdowns, 27 yards a catch. That looks like a typo, but it's not. You know, what's interesting as we go through the positions, we start to learn the 1964 Bills, Cookie Gilchrist, Jack Kemp. Now we got Dubenion. That was a championship team, and we're starting to see why. And overall, I just find his numbers, his story just really interesting. At number 3, and I've really found it interesting why this guy didn't put up bigger numbers, and I think it's because he played with shitty quarterbacks. Eric Moulds. Moulds was a strong dude. Got taken in the first round after dominating at Mississippi State. His first couple years didn't do a damn thing. Then 1998 comes along and he fucking explodes. 1,300 yards, 9 touchdowns, second team All-Pro, 3 Pro Bowls. In 1999 had a monster playoff game, 240 yards against the Dolphins. He was a possession guy, but he was dangerous with the ball in his hands. And like I said, very, very strong. And in the grand scheme, I think very underrated. And someone who at number 2, I think has been a little overrated at times, but his time in Buffalo absolutely was not. And that's Stefon Diggs. And I got to give Diggs his flowers here. His time in Buffalo was nothing short of excellence. When I saw the numbers, I was like, am I going to put this guy over Andre Reed? And that's crazy talk, so no. But the fact that the thought crossed my mind speaks to how fucking hard he balled, especially that first year, that 2020, 127 for 1535. Jeez, he's a route running surgeon. Not the most physically gifted guy. He's emotional, tone setter. Instantly transformed Buffalo's offense when he got there. He and Josh Allen were a match made in heaven. Number 1, I don't think I'll get any arguments out of Kutztown State, Pro Football Hall of Famer, Andre Reed. Look at all those years. But if you look, he was incredibly consistent. Physical in the slot, yards after the catch, and he was money in the playoffs, and he played in a lot of playoff games. 85 catches in the postseason. That's an entire season of catches. 7 Pro Bowls, 4,000-yard season, and 1 gold jacket. Andre Reed, I don't think I'll get any disagreement, is number 1. Eventually, I'm going to start getting some feedback. I want to know, do you agree? Do you disagree? Because honestly, I think I do pretty damn good with my lists, and I would love some feedback, okay? But here's our 10 real quick. God, I really like Stevie Johnson. He was smooth. Pro Bowls, Steve Tasker, that's a story for another day. But the only first-team All-Pro, Stefon Diggs, interestingly enough. All right, career receptions. Reed's going to dominate this list, and then Moulds. See Frank Lewis knocking on the door. There's Dubenion. Okay, now we're at the goodies, the single-season stats. This is my favorite part. Jesus Christ, look at Stefon Diggs, okay? We got Hall of Famers in the mix, and he's just shitting on all of it. This is why I had the inkling in my head to say, hey, maybe he's better than Reed. But no. But I did think it. And here's another reason why. Diggs with the yardage. Moulds bald. Lee Evans is a cameo. Peerless in that contract year. Bill Brooks with 11 receiving touchdowns in 1995. And then the next year they draft Moulds. Bob Chandler in the mix. I see you, Bob. I told you, Albert DeBenion was just a freak. I don't know what was going on in 1964, but dude was taking the top off. Yards a game, Diggs. Diggs was really doing work, 2020, 21, 22. The numbers really don't lie with him. I think there's a genuine argument to be had that the best season by a receiver in Buffalo has been Eric Moulds in 1998. Diggs in 20 maybe would beg to differ. Maybe even DeBenion in 64. But I think Moulds may have had the best season in 98. Anyway, there it is, folks. Appreciate you. Let me know what you think. Adios.